heaven, West Virginia.
Do that, and this week really underscored it. I want to bring in a special guest who keeps an eye on Washington for us, David Jones, who is Washington Bureau Chief for Mother Jones. Hello, sir.
Good to be with you. Happy New Year, Ari.
Happy New Year. You know, it's a test of all of us, especially in the press, to try to fairly cover more than one thing. I just hit the Jan 6 problems, COVID. The economy is also something that affects everyone's life. There were these new economic numbers out this week. Writ large, a year into this presidency, Biden's got a good record. Some say he's not getting credit for it. What's your thoughts on all of it?
Well, you know, Biden did announce and had a speech today pointing to that fact you have up there, that 6.4 million jobs were created this year. Doesn't make up for the 9 million that were lost, but it is, in terms of the last, I'm just looking at a chart here, basically the last forever. The biggest number of jobs created in a given year. Look at the last 3 years of the Obama administration, and altogether it was 7.7 million jobs that were created. You look at the first 6 years of Trump before COVID hit, and there were 6 million jobs created. So you have Trump out there saying the best economy ever. His numbers weren't even as good as the previous Obama numbers. And then, of course, we had COVID, and he had a net loss of jobs. So this is really, I think, you know, we're not all the way there, but it is a tremendous accomplishment for the economy and for everybody else, not just Joe Biden, that we've gotten a long way back. The labor market has gotten tight, which is good news for people who are working, because some wages are going up and some people have been able to quit jobs in order to find better jobs. So all in all, I think the economic picture is not fantastic, but it's much better than it was a year ago. And you can say the same thing about COVID. We still have a problem with COVID, but far fewer deaths, and the deaths are basically deaths almost of choice. People who are unvaccinated. If you're vaccinated, you know, you're much less of a risk today. Schools are largely open in most places. Businesses are largely open. There are some more restrictions, and we don't know what's going to happen in the next 2 months. But by and large, we're in a much better place than a year ago. And, you know, I have some sympathy for Joe Biden and the White House, because I don't think they're getting a lot of credit. I don't think that's part of a larger narrative. And, of course, up against, you know, the Trump bizarre cult and Fox and others who are saying that we're basically going off the cliff right now.
Yeah. Well, you lay it all out there, and at the end of the week, it's an antidote to some of the spin. So we appreciate it, David, and I wish you a pleasant weekend as well, sir.
Sure, and say hello to Chuck D.
All right, guys, that's in the video, and there's several things I want to talk about. Number one, the way they spin these numbers when it comes to the economy. First thing, majority of these jobs that were created during 2021 was people going back to their jobs after the economy was shut down. So counting them as jobs created is disingenuous at best. And then when it comes to what's going on in the economy, when it comes to inflation and even shrinkflation and stuff like that, these guys didn't even talk about that. And they're ignoring it and just spinning it for the administration. And then when it comes to that thing that's going around and people are dying at their own volition, like it's a choice, I think that's just ingenuous as well. Look, people have the right to do with their body as they will. Sorry, that's just how I feel. That's how a lot of other people feel. And the idea that these people aren't showing compassion to these people's families or to these people's choices to do what they wish with their own body kind of tells me everything I need to know about them. They're authoritarians. Most of the media is. That's the reason they sided with the Democrat Party. But guys, that's my opinion. I hope you enjoy. Please hit like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Peace.